Hey guys, I'm JD Ross, and today I'm going to share some accessories that I've been using on the Steam Deck. For the past few months, you've seen my Steam Deck look like this, and the skin is a combination of two D-brand skins. I've made it so it looks like a Nintendo Switch. I've done this even before the D-brand Switch deck came out, and to be honest, I really like it. But right now, I've decided to change it, so let's start. For our first accessory, we have this unbranded Steam Deck silicone case. As you see, it's composed of two separate pieces instead of one whole case. And the reason I got this is because of this backplate from JSOX. It has a heat dissipation plate on the back. JSOX is selling a similar silicone case, but it's only gray, and this one is black, which I really like. So how does this one feel? Well, this one feels good. It has a matte finish here, and at the same time we have textured finish on this grip part on it. It does not really attract fingerprints, so that's a good thing. And on the back we have this protruding part here that prevents the analog triggers from hitting the table. At the same time, we have this. And what's this for? It's actually for the Steam Deck to be able to stand by itself, which is very unusual. I didn't expect a silicone case to even have that kind of feature, because for most people, if they want their Steam Deck to stand up, they would install a stand on the back. Another reason why I like this silicone case so much is that apart from being able to expose this part of the JSOX backplate, you will be able to install accessories that are specifically designed for the body of the Steam Deck. One of them is the Deckmate. Unfortunately, I don't have Deckmate with me right now because the Deckmate that I bought before for some reason had bad adhesives, so I didn't get to use it. So one thing that I would comment on this case though is that it's pretty thick, which might sound like a good thing, and it is a good thing for protection purposes, but for ergonomics, it's actually a bit hard to press buttons because your finger will hit the silicone case instead of the button itself. Look, if I try to press here, this silicone around the button is so thick that I will have to sometimes use my nail just to press it. I know there's a bigger space here than here, but still it's pretty thick. Over time, I got used to it, so now I'm pressing it using the tip of my finger instead of what I used to do, which is whole finger like that. Now it may take time to get used to, but then again, if you want to use this backplate from JSOX, this is your only option at the moment. And speaking of the backplate, we will go back to this in a bit. Now for our next accessory, it's a very slim case for the Steam Deck. And yes, I know TomTalk made a slim case for the Steam Deck, but I think it's a bit expensive for what it is. Let's compare it to the Steam Deck case. Look at how big the difference is. Of course, I know that Steam Deck is thick because there's space on the bottom, but still. Let's get to the insides. For the inside, we have this soft fabric and we have this ribbon that will let you lift up the Steam Deck easier. At the same time, we have this. The reason that is there is that when you close it, it accommodates for the thinness of the case. The case will not end up pressing the analog sticks. Just like that. When it comes to quality, I think this case is great for the price. But even though I really like this case for being thin and having a snug fit on the Steam Deck, I'm not sure whether they designed this for people who uses protection for the Steam Deck or not. I'm gonna show you why. One of the marketing that they're using for this case is that this case is designed to accommodate for Steam Decks with case on it. As you see, I have a silicone case on it and it fits really nice. But if you don't have a case on it, it will kind of wiggle around the case. Only a little bit, but it does wiggle around inside. At the same time, you'd think that this indent on the top of the case is also designed with thumb grips in mind, since the body of the case is designed with silicone cases in mind. But no, that's not what happened. If you press this with the thumb grips installed, you will end up pressing the thumbsticks no matter what. You hear that? The sound that you're hearing is coming from the thumbsticks and not from the trackpad. So it seems that the top of the case is designed for people who don't use this. So you're gonna have to remove this. And removing it eliminates the pressing sound. And to me, that's a kind of a bummer because I love my D-brand thumb grips. But then again, this is my only other option apart from the TomTalk Slim case. Let's go to the back of the Steam Deck, which is the backplate. I'm not going to talk about this backplate, but instead, I'm going to talk about this new backplate from JSOX. So let's unbox it first. Now the reason I got this is because I wanted to take advantage of the fact that I'm using a silicone case that exposes the back of the Steam Deck. And what better way to do that than to upgrade to this new backplate from JSOX. Now I noticed that there's barely any difference between these two. This one has a internal heat dissipation plate, and now we have this vent that's supposed to go on top of the fan directly. And it's a good thing that it has a kind of a mesh inside to avoid debris going inside the Steam Deck. So yeah, let's install this. Now this one is not going to be a tutorial on how to install this backplate, because I've had at least 2 videos on how to disassemble the Steam Deck, so you could just refer to that. I will link them in the description if you want to know how to remove and reinstall the backplate of the Steam Deck. But then again, I will still show you what I'm gonna do here, so you at least see me doing all of it. Okay, so I just removed the backplate, and I noticed that the thermal silicone here is significantly smaller, and there's a cut, a diagonal cut on the lower left. I believe it has something to do with the airflow, because this space is supposed to go through here, around here. The old one is probably blocking this part of the plate, which means it's also blocking the airflow. Don't quote me on that, I'm just speculating as to why this thermal silicone has a cut on it. And when it comes to these buttons, I'm probably going to keep this intact instead of using these extra buttons, because one of the reasons why I don't like these buttons is that while they are good when it comes to ergonomics, you can press the buttons easier, but the thing is, this space accommodates dust. So from time to time, you're gonna have to put a cloth in there and then just clean the insides. And at the same time, why would I settle having to deal with dust when this button won't have dust on the inside, because it doesn't have an inside? Another thing is that the case that I have is designed for the contour or the body of the Steam Deck, which means having this will make your Steam Deck kind of float from the case. That's why I'm settling down with a button that looks like the one from the Steam Deck itself. Okay, so let's install the new one. I'm going to remove this plastic. Just like that. And there we go. Right away, I noticed that the fan of the Steam Deck is not centered. So it looks like they had to choose between centering the vent within the center of the Steam Deck or in the center of the fan. So like choosing between two evils. Oh my god, my people with OCD will go crazy looking at this one. So anyway, let's turn it on. And it's on. Let's look at the back. I've already installed the silicone case. I think it looks good. Now I don't have any technical comparison between this one and the old backplate, but I will link a video in the description. He made a technical comparison between this one and the old backplate. And if you want to buy these accessories, I will link all of them in the description. And the Amazon links in the description will be an affiliate link, so buying through that link will definitely help the channel. Also, I've noticed that majority of my viewers is not subscribed to the channel. If you like my gameplays and this kind of videos that I make sure to subscribe to the channel. You could also join us on Discord. The link will also be in the description. And that's it. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.